Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Woke by Accident podcast. It is a weekly chat about socially conscious topics impacting the culture. I'd like to extend my gratitude in you listening to this podcast. It means everything to me, and I hope it is clear that this subject matter is so important to me. I care about our people, our future, and making a positive change in this nation.
Yo guys, this is Olufemi from the Sample Lounge, and you're listening to the Woke by Accident podcast.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Woke by Accident podcast. I am your host, Jen. Welcome. I would like to acknowledge and welcome everyone to the 3-year anniversary episode of our podcast. I am so excited to be here with you today to acknowledge this. It has been 3 years. I was looking over the statistics, and we did launch our trailer on June 1st of 2020. So it has been 3 years. And I'm so grateful for you all. We have people listening in Canada, Singapore, United Kingdom, Spain, France. And so I take these things for granted that, this is a global podcast. We are very grassroots, and I will tell anybody who I meet that, this is a very independent, grassroots type of podcast, but we are global. So get into it. Okay, it's global. So we're global, and very proud of that factor. I'm so excited to see what the next years to come will bring for the podcast. Please join us. You are invited. As I mentioned on some of our more recent episodes here, we do want to expand our content and do additional topics aside from our normal news commentary, and have conversations with entrepreneurs to promote entrepreneurship in the community. I feel like entrepreneurship is a way that we can break out of the wage gap and promote people having more than one source of income, which is a way that we can be on the right track financially. I know I am definitely trying to get my financial house in order, and definitely, trying to work on my debt load and things like that. And so having multiple streams of income is a way to do this. And so I want to share my story of what I'm working on as far as the side business, side hustle is concerned, still in the very early stages of it. And so I just want to, document it and share it, but I want to hear other people's stories too. So this is a type of content that I'm seeking out. Forgive some of the absences that we've had on the podcast. I'm literally, juggling this along with home life and live streams for the side hustle on a weekly basis, and trying to make content for both, and trying to make a website for the side hustle and things like that. It's a lot. It really is. And you try to have time for family and time for yourself to release and that type of thing. Relate, relax, release, right? But it's a lot. So sometimes I've missed the episode, and rather than sitting up to 3 o'clock in the morning staring at my microphone, I just say, you know what, I'm not going to drop. And so I've missed several weeks, but like I said on the prior one, I'm going to try to commit to every other week. That is what I will commit to. But we definitely want to expand this content and do these entrepreneur stories. People have stepped out on faith and maybe walked away from a corporate America type of job, or maybe they're doing something really unique on a side hustle type of basis with their content on Instagram, or being an influencer, and all these different opportunities and ways that people can earn additional money in addition to your 9 to 5, your traditional 9 to 5. There's other ways to make multiple streams of income. Maybe it's a photography business. Maybe, you're an influencer. There's still people making money on reels on Facebook. It's a lot of different things that people are doing. And so let's talk about these stories. This is what I desire to incorporate into Woke by Accident, and I would love to have you join us for the ride. We are still in season 5, and so we'll be marching on marching on through the remainder of the year. I'm looking forward to the summer and some opportunities to meet some folks and collaborate and to share what I'm working on with my side business, side hustle. So I welcome you to join us, but I did want to take a look back as we are celebrating our 3-year anniversary and just talk about some, statistics or maybe our favorite episodes that I've had all time. And so as far as well-performing episodes, right now, the episode where my good friend Tryezz was on episode 133, and we talked about necessary endings in March. That is one of my better performing episodes right now. And so I appreciate that. We appreciate Trey. He's actually scheduled to be on the show again very soon. And I think he's been on like 4 or 5 times now. And that's awesome. He's a great collaborator, great author, and he has a great podcast, Black Man Talk, on YouTube and on Spotify and all of the places you can find your podcast. Check him out. Very deep brother, and definitely has a lot to say. He also is an author, y'all. He has a book on Amazon. Check it out. Name is Tryezz. So shout out to him as one of my better performing episodes where he was a guest. And also shout out to our good friend and brother Levi from the Forefront Radio. Those episodes are also right up there at the top as one of the more downloaded episodes. So I would be remiss without acknowledging my good friend, brother, collaborator of the Forefront Radio. He was always welcome here, and we'll be back on really soon. We actually have an outline that's sitting there waiting for us, and we just gotta figure it out on when we can record. And we actually had a conversation here very recently, and so he will be back on soon, so definitely want to acknowledge him. As far as other favorites, my brother Daryl Barnes from the All Things Black podcast, one of my favorite collaborators as well. He's been on the show more than once, I think more than twice, and so he is always welcome, and we would love to have him back on to have some more conversations from giving us information about the Black man experience. It was very fun. T-Ron Watkins, another favorite. It's been some time since we had a conversation. That was 2021 that we had T-Ron on in July of 2021, but definitely a great time, and I love to see his content. I see that he is doing great things out here on Instagram and YouTube. Check him out. Ubiquitous Blacks is his podcast. Another favorite collaborator is Dre Anderson from the Podcaster Never Was. Shout out to him. I would be remiss not to mention my good friend Olu from the Sample Lounge podcast, out here breaking the internet with Joe Budden mentions and all on Instagram. Shout out to him. We had a great time on the podcast. I did hip hop trivia version of quizzing him on his hip hop trivia, which he did a slam dunk and got all the questions right. So that was definitely a barrel of laughs and great fun in last season. So that was great fun. Jay the Abolitionist, we've had on twice. I would love to have him back on. Crash Barboza, another favorite. Shout out to Crash. Definitely doing excellent things out in sunny California and being an activist and just giving people hell. Giving people hell on Clubhouse. Love it to see it. And he has a lot to say. So shout out to him. We've had, comedian, Sister Kendra Crump out here being a comedian and just making great content. There's so many different folks that I've had an opportunity to have conversations with, and I and just my heart is just really full that I've been able to do these things, because who knew this was just supposed to be a one-on-one. Really, it was just supposed to be like a solo podcast of me just sharing thoughts. But, it wasn't supposed to be these interviews and things like that. But, there's always thoughts of growth. And yeah, I'm glad that I did decide to incorporate having conversations. I actually don't like the word interview, and I like to think of it as more as having a conversation with all of these folks that I've had the pleasure and honor to speak with. So if you would like to, have a conversation and be on the show and be included, perhaps you have a book or you have a story or something you want to share publicly, we would love to hear you. And a few people have reached out. Forgive me if I have broken contact. Please reach out, hit me up on Instagram or the email, and we'll be glad to make those arrangements. We would love to hear from you. So at this time, we'll go ahead and conclude the episode. I just wanted to acknowledge our anniversary and thank you all. Thank you. Definitely can't do this alone. I appreciate you. I feel the love, and please take care. At this time, we're going to go ahead and conclude the episode. We greatly appreciate you listening. We invite you to follow us on social media. On Instagram, it is Woke by Accident Podcast. On Twitter, it is Woke by. On Facebook, it is Woke by Accident Podcast. We also have the new website up, www.wokebyaccident.net. Please check us out, and also follow us on all of your favorite streaming platforms, and please leave a review and share feedback. You can also reach out by Gmail, wokebyaccident@gmail.com. And every time you listen, we appreciate it so much. Thank you for listening, and take care.